Coming up on this edition of the Martinville Raceway Report, the points are out. We'll give you the update. We'll let you know who is standing where as we head into the summer stretch of the 2014 Martinville Raceway season. We'll look back on the money race back on May 24th. We'll give you the results from June 7th at the track. We have interviews, we have highlights, all that and more on this episode of the Martinville Raceway Report, which starts right now.
It's my
Welcome to the latest edition of the Martinville Raceway Report. This episode will cover the race action from the money race on May 31st and from the points race on June 7th. Now, as we like to do every time here on the Martinville Raceway Report, we like to take a minute, thank the sponsors of the track of Martinville Raceway. Without their help, without their support, we would not have the great racing we have at Martinville Raceway. So the sponsors we would like to thank for Martinville Raceway are O&I Transport, KRP Go-Kart Parts and Accessories, Burris Tires, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Warner Racing, Chafin Racing Engines, Keir's Speed Shop, who lets us use their facility every year for the banquet, which is always a lot of fun. And highlighted businesses of the Martinville Raceway Report are Random Otaku Games and Myers Tires and Trucks. Now, as some of you may have been aware, I was not at the track on June 7th because, unfortunately, my back just would not allow me to be. So, I'm sorry I wasn't there. I did hear there was a lot of good action and got a lot of good racing at Martinville Raceway, which is no surprise. But on the money race, which I was there back on May 31st, I was there. I did my usual highlights. I have an interview for you. So let's go ahead and go back to the track from May 31st on this installment of the Pit Report. It's a beautiful night here at Martinville Raceway. Tonight, there's no points on the line. It's all about money, and it's all about the checkered flag. Now, the track tonight, we've just finished hot laps. The track tonight has actually kept some of the rubber from last week, so that's actually interesting to see that there's still rubber remaining from last week's racing here at Martinville Raceway. But like I said, it's a beautiful night here tonight. It's low 70s, nice northerly breeze, nice and cool. There's going to be people camping out here overnight, so it's going to be nice and interesting to see who gets to go to bed tonight with $200 extra in those 4 classes with $200 to win tonight here at Martinville Raceway. It's going to be interesting to see who makes the adjustments necessary to get their kart to grip the track and get themselves to victory lane. Well, the heat laps are over with here at Martinville Raceway. We got 4 classes tonight that are $200 to win. We have the 360 Clone, 360 Flathead, 325 Flathead, and the OWO, what used to be the SAE Opens. Those are the 4 classes that are the $200 to win. There are not a lot of clear-cut favorites tonight. The 24 Sam Weaver does seem to be the class of the field in the 305 Clone, but Austin Black seems to be making the most quality passes tonight. Go figure, it's just one of those nights. In the 360 Clone, the 24 looks pretty strong there, but so does the 88 of Kyle Watson. In the 360 Flathead, the 9 of Kyle Watson also looks pretty good, but so does the 90 Weaver Performance carts. Those are pretty much the only clear-cut front runners we have tonight. It's been a great night so far. The heat races tonight were actually very racy tonight. Now the track tonight looks kind of bumpy, but instead of taking my word for it, I want to introduce Kaitlyn Woods, driver of the number 30 Don Trincher Racing Purple Plate Kart, to give you a first-hand experience just how the track is tonight. So Kaitlyn, how is the track tonight?
Sometimes whenever you're coming out of the corner, it's a little bumpy.
So she said it's, coming out of the corners, it's very bumpy. Now, have you had to make any adjustments to account for the bumpiness of the track?
I just go around.
Okay, so she's able to go around them, but the track is kind of bumpy. Now, Kaitlyn, how is your kart overall tonight?
A little loose, everyone.
So for the most part, it's good, but it gets loose every now and then. Now, as I mentioned before, the track kept grip from last week. There was still rubber left over from last week on the track. So from out at the gate today, there was some grip, but it has not gained as much grip as it did last week. So it's a unique thing about Martinville Raceway. So it's been a great night so far tonight here at Martinville. There are no points to be won tonight. It's all about the money. And guess what? The racers are racing like it's all about the money tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see who is able to get into Victory Lane tonight. Kaitlyn, thank you very much for your help with this. We hope to see you in Victory Lane. And it's going to be interesting to see who else finishes in Victory Lane with an extra $200 in their pockets. Well, that's it, folks. That's all for the special money race here at Martinville Raceway. And the features turned out to be outstanding. We're going to interview a little lady a little bit later on in the episode who stepped up to Purple Plate this year, Miss Kaitlyn Woods. You've already seen her on the episode so far. She won her first Purple Plate feature of the year. The novice class did a great job. It was a great race between the two ones and somebody else I can't think of right now. But the novice class put on a great show. The 360 clone had almost a full field. They put on a great show. And the 325 flathead and the 360 flathead also put on great shows. I'm going to cheat a little bit here tonight, but I'm going to use my camera and try to go through all the winners so we can recognize each winner here tonight at Martinville Raceway. Like I mentioned, the no-nose #1 in the novice did a fantastic job tonight. Late in the race, he was involved in a little caution that messed up his wrist a little bit, but like a true racer, he shook off the pain, put his pedal down on the restart, and he took home the checkered flag. The number 11 won his race. The number 29 in the SAE Opens, he won his race, $200 to win. Joey Pendergrass put on a great show in both of his feature races tonight. He's going home $400 richer tonight. He did a great job in all of his feature races. The number 51 in his feature, he won his feature race tonight. Sam Weaver, no surprise, the 305 clone. He took charge early on in the race and he cruised to another victory in the 305 clone class. The number 27 won his feature race. And as I mentioned before, Miss Kaitlyn Woods, she went out first. The Purple Plate was the first feature race of the evening. She went out and she won her race. So we're going to interview her a little bit later. It was really a fantastic night of racing here at Martinville. A special event, money races in 4 different classes, no points, wreckers or checkers, and the racing was fantastic. As the wind died down, the racing heated up, and it was a great time here tonight at Martinville. If you weren't here, you really missed a treat. It's always great racing here at Martinville Raceway, and tonight was no exception. We are here in a very happy pit lane, whatever you want to call it. We are here in the number 30 Don Trinner Racing number 30 Purple Plate cart, driven by a victorious Kaitlyn Woods tonight. This is her first time visiting Victory Lane in a Purple Plate. She's only been racing for a little over a year. She has been in Victory Lane before. She has won a novice race, but this is the first time that she's been able to drive her cart to Victory Lane in a Purple Plate class. So, Kaitlyn, how does it feel to be a Purple Plate feature winner?
I'm really happy. I'm shaking my maracas.
Now tell me, what was going through your mind on track with about 2 laps to go? You're in the lead. You've got the victory in sight. What's going through your mind?
Second place open. Please come and get your money. Second place open. Please come and get your money.
That I wouldn't spin out on the last lap.
Now, speaking of spinning out, you did spin out about halfway through the race. You were in the lead at the time, so that you gave up the lead. You had to go back to the back of the pack. So what was going through your mind on the first restart to get back in front of the 48?
I was just hoping that I would go ahead of him. I was just hoping I could get ahead.
Now, were you confident that you could do that?
Yeah.
Well, she did a great job on track today. I want to talk to the cart owner, Don Trinner. Now, you've only been You've been racing with Kaitlyn for a little over a year now. Jumping from novice to purple, what kind of adjustments have you had to make to get her fast in purple plate?
Well, the brakes, the restrictor plate in there, it's slightly different. The tires, and getting used to that. I think it's more of her getting used to driving the restrictor plate, being more so on the engine. And we didn't run a full season last year, but we started out in a straight rail kart, come out here and won a feature on that. Started getting into it and bought these karts. She's getting used to running the offset kart. That's the key right there.
What's the communication like between you and Kaitlyn? Obviously you're an adult and you have to talk to a little lady. What's the communication like as far as when she comes off track trying to tell you what the kart's doing so you can make the adjustments?
It's getting better every time we come in.
That's all you can ask for. Now, I do know, turn it back to Kaitlyn, I do know that you've been coached up a little bit as far as the lines on the racetrack, what lines to race. Do you feel that that's helped you as far as getting better and getting faster on the track?
Yeah.
Now, tell me from your view, when you're out on the track, what kind of line do you like to take?
I go high in the railway.
So you like to float out a little bit more?
Yeah, I kind of sweep in on the corners and then I go back out.
Now, have you noticed that you've gotten faster going through the corners by doing that? Now, this is really a great night here in the pits. They've been working hard all year to get Kaitlyn into victory lane. She has a friend here who has been really supporting her all night, encouraging her, letting her know that she can do it, and she's got some words that she wants to say.
I just think that Kaitlyn's been working so hard to get this that she really earned it tonight, and that she did a great job.
And I would like to second that. I am very proud of Kaitlyn. I look forward to seeing her many more times in victory lane, and she has a bright future ahead of her. Her and Don are a great team. They've shown great potential the past year, and it's going to be interesting to see, and my personal opinion, great to see just how good this pairing is as they continue to step up the ladder in go-kart racing. We're going to do something a little bit different in this episode's edition of the Sponsor Spotlight. I would like to take a minute and thank the sponsors of both of my boys' baseball teams this year at Elyria Little League West, because without their sponsorship of my boys' teams, it's very possible that they would not be able to play baseball this year. So this is just a little way I would like to say thank you to two sponsors at Elyria Little League West who have helped make it a successful season for both of my boys. Now, my boy Ryan, who's playing in Minor B, he is sponsored by Hutman & Sons. And my oldest boy, Brendan, who a lot of you know because he races there at Martinville, his team is sponsored by Gregory Trucking. So to Gregory Trucking and to Hutman & Sons, a big thank you from the Martinville Raceway Report from the Go Forth family. Thank you so much for making the effort to sponsor some teams at Elyria Little League West, because you have affected my life this year in a great way, and I thank you very much. Now, moving on to the results from June 7th at Martinville Raceway. Like I said, I wasn't there, but I heard there was a lot of great racing action, and I'd like to go over the winners from the track on June 7th. So, in the kid kart class, Gage Ernsberger won his feature. In the novice class, which can... I don't know what to say about these kids, except I'm having a lot of fun watching the novice class week in and week out. And the winner on June 7th was Aaron Weekly in the feature. In the purple plate class on June 7th, your winner was David Newman. In the 360 clone class, your winner was Sam Weaver, continuing a very strong year in pretty much anything he races in. In the 325 flathead class, Sean Cluck, another Weaver Performance kart, comes home with the win. In the Open Champ class, Jeremy Franz comes home with the win. In the Opens, Logan Miller wins your feature. In the 360 Flathead, Sean Cluck with a double win on June 7th. He was your feature winner in the 360 Flathead. In the Old World Outlaws, I may have finally gotten that one right, Matt Cron is your feature winner. In the 400 Clone class, Tony Myers was your feature winner. In the Open Clone class, continuing a dominant year so far, the number 14 of Brandon Hepf was your feature winner. And the 305 clone, and in the 305 clone class, speaking of dominating years so far, Sam Weaver was your feature winner on June 7th. Now that continues a very strong start for a couple of the racers. There's a couple new names at the top of the list as far as feature winners from June 7th, and that will roll us right into the points. Now, this will be the first time this year that the points have been available to me for an episode of the Martinville Raceway Report, but this won't be the last, obviously. Now, from here on, I should be able to, if not every episode, every other episode, keep you informed on as far as who stands where in the race to the 2014 championships at Martinville Raceway. And if the top, I'm going to mention the top 3 point leaders in each class, unless there is the top 2 or maybe even just one and then a big gap underneath. So your kid kart leader so far this year is Gage Ernsberger. In the novice class, right now leading the points is Asa Elder. In second place is Ryan Madison, and in third place is Aiden Cron. In the purple plates, leading so far this year is Jeremiah Halbison. In second place is David Newman. And in third place is Summer Colvin. In the gold plate class, so far in first place is Corey Weil, and in second place is Zach Newman. In the junior clone class, Jeremiah Halbison is leading with Austin Black in second place. In the open champ class, so far in first place is Jennifer Yoder. Second place is Steve Music, and in third place is Jeremy Franz. In the 325 flathead class, so far your leader is Rick Strickland, who has a comfortable lead over second place Kurt Capel, and in third place is Zach Newman. In the open clone class, Brandon Hepf is out to a strong start. He is in first place. Taylor Baylor is in second place, and Scott Roberts currently stands in third place. In the open class, Brad Furstein is in first, and Logan Miller is currently in second place. In the 305 clone class, currently in first place is Tony Sweet. Second place is Sam Weaver. And in third place is Alex Lochner. In the Old World Outlaws, currently in first place is Kai Harper, 1 point ahead of Scotty Fowler in second place. And in third place is Chuck May. In the 400 clone class, currently in first place is Kevin Henry. Second place is Kurt Tefke, and in third place is Travis Colvin. In the 360 flathead class, which is very close right now, Sean Cluck currently stands in first place, and Keegan Schneider is in second place. And then in the 360 clones, currently in first place is Jerry Doms, second place is Kevin Henry, and in third place is Joe Gorenflow. So that's how the points stand so far this year in the 2014 Race to the Championships at Martinville Raceway, but we've got a long way to go. Now, this upcoming Saturday is the first day of summer. It's the first race of our summer run. Now, also keep in mind that this year we don't have the usual long break in July with Little Indy not racing this year. It appears as Paul was able to maneuver the schedule where the usual I forget what it's called that they have there at Martinville, which usually affects us where we're like 3 weeks between races. That is not affected this year, so there's not the big lull in July that this year like we've had most years in the past. So we're going to keep racing through the summer as the temperature heats up. I'm sure the racing's going to heat up, and so probably will the tempers. But it's a great time to go out to Martinville during the summer. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend going. It's $12 for a pit pass. That gets you anywhere out there. So you can go through the pits, you can look at the carts, you can talk to the drivers, and hopefully I'm going to have some family there because this Saturday is my birthday, so I will be at Martinville on my birthday, enjoying the racing action, taking pictures, hopefully interviewing some people, and just setting up another episode of the Martinville Raceway Report with my segments. I want to thank everybody who watches, who views these episodes of the Martinville Raceway Report. I had a couple people come up to me last time I was at the track, said they really enjoy watching the episodes. It makes me feel good because it does take a lot of time to put them together, and when I hear that people are watching, they're enjoying them, it makes me feel good. So, and if you ever have any comments you want to leave me, please let me know. Email me, leaper25@hotmail.com. I'll take any suggestion to heart. All I ask is that you're gentle. If you see me at the track, come up to me. If you've got a suggestion, let me know. If there's someone you want me to interview, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. But I really hope you enjoyed this episode of the Martinville Raceway Report, and we'll see you next time.